Hey guys, it's Dan from Generation Productions. Today, like I said, I'm moving past all the other crap what we've had this last week. So this is a brand new week. So let's kick it up with a notch. I've got a message from one of my Facebook group peoples, and he suggested I do a video on Transformers 5. Basically, Transformers The Last Night. I have seen the movie, so spoilers in this video if you have not seen the movie. Go away, see the movie, and then come back and see my review about the movie. The movie I felt was, genuine. Somewhat, I don't like the fact we have kid characters in it. I mean, we already had, Sam and Michaela, and then we had, the other guy with the father with his daughter and her boyfriend. To me, that was a solid thing, with teenagers or, 20-year-old people or 30-year-old people. To me, that felt more genuine. When you try and incorporate kids in the movies, I think, especially when you got the MPGR or MA rating system, I reckon it's really stupid like that. Now, of course, they've got good ratings. Logan, we had still, like, what was it, 12-year-old girl playing X-2032 or something. The girl that had, like, one claw on each hand and claw on each foot. But, I really think that's stupid when you incorporate kids into the movies anyway. So this kind of feels the same way with Transformers 5. I don't really like the kid characters much. Transformers are always the robots to me, and also more based around that concept. So let's get away from that now. The story sort of is on the concept of Quintessa and the story of like a Unicron. Now, if you don't know who Quintessa is, she's this robotic cybernetic woman type chick who basically helped create the Transformers. In the movie canon, there was in the movie canon with the original cartoon series, there was a people called the Quintessons, and that's where Quintessa came from, was these Quintessons, who actually built the Transformers and built Cybertron, basically as a slave working force for them. But then they got sick and tired of all the bullcrap the Quintessons gave them, and they had all the Decepticons and Autobots all fought at one point, the Quintessons, got them off the planet, and then there was a year of peace. And then during this year of peace, we had the concept of, there was like a civil war where Megatron became the true leader of Decepticons. Optimus Prime was made leader of the Autobots. And then the story goes on from there, as everybody knows. So let's kick it up. I've done a new epic trailer for this thing, so let's get into it. The music is being played by Linkin Park, What I've Done, as you know from the Transformers films. But this version is done by a really awesome YouTuber. Go subscribe to his channel, Jonathan Young. He does some awesome music, and I hope you guys go check him out. He's pretty good. So I hope, Jonathan, you don't mind if I borrow your music, mate. Or Linkin Park as well. I hope you guys don't mind if I borrow your music, because this is really, really awesome. So let's get into it, shall we?
In this farewell, there's no blood, there's no alibi, 'cause I've drawn regret from the
So there we go. That's the a bit of the trailer, and also I hope Paramount, you don't mind if I borrow the trailer. So, Transformers: The Last Night. Was it any good? Was it another, what some people might consider crap Michael Bay film? Was it better than all the previous Transformer films? Well, to me, this was where sort of the Michael Bay films sort of roughly ended. So, what's my thoughts on it? Well, to be honest, it's not as bad as what some people think it is. We had the concept of, the Dinobots were back and in a junkyard. We had Grimlock, being there eating cars, a bit like the what they call it, Robosaurus. You see in a lot of the car shows over in America. Basically, just general stuff. It wasn't so bad. We also had, like I said, the introduction of Quintessa. We also had the induction of Unicron, and basically Planet Earth. Spoilers, Planet Earth is supposed to be Unicron, although that's really silly because basically Unicron was more of a, if you've read the story canon, Unicron was supposed to be more of a planet, so it would have been made a lot more easier to have said that the moon was Unicron. Earth's moon was actually Unicron, not the Earth itself. But then again, the story writers these days, a lot of story writers these days are quite crap, so got to expect that. But like I said, we had the introduction of child characters. To be honest, like I said, I really don't like the idea of adding children characters in, like PG or M or MA movies or even R movies. It's ridiculous. But either way, regardless of that, we sort of have this thing where Optimus Prime is out in space and then he comes crashing back down to Earth. And everyone thinks that, figures Optimus Prime's okay, it must be something, he's fine. But then it turns out he's got this kind of virus thing on him, which makes it like a red face paint on him, drawn by Quintessa. And somehow it sort of makes him go a bit nuts, and becomes Nemesis Prime. So basically, because of this virus, it's sort of made Optimus Prime under the control of Quintessa, and so basically she tries to exterminate the last of the Autobots and the last of the Decepticons. So eventually, there's a lot of things that happen, but eventually Optimus Prime does come back to being normal. But there's lots of destruction. Like I said, as you saw in the trailer, Bumblebee got beat up pretty heavily by Optimus Prime. Megatron, I think, comes along and actually smacks Optimus Prime about, and somehow, I don't know how the hell I've got to actually go back and look at the movie again. But from what I understand, is Megatron helped for once, was a good sort of reasonably anti-hero at one point, and helped stop Optimus Prime so they could fix him. And then eventually they figured out what was wrong with Optimus, and they helped fix him. And so we had the Dinobots and all the Autobots come and fight Quintessa in her big massive, as you saw in the trailer too, big massive spaceship thingy. Which basically, that could have been Unicron as well, but no! What Quintessa's goal was to awaken the Unicron, Decepticon, whatever you want to call Unicron. I don't know, what is Unicron actually? If someone can actually leave me in the comments below, Transformer nerds, what is Unicron? Is he a Decepticon? Is he an Autobot? Or is he just some sort of unknown Transformer outside the realms of being an Autobot or Decepticon? I have no idea. But for this first point, I'll say he's a Decepticon because he goes around eating planets and destroying stuff. But anyway, so the concept is Quintessa's trying to awaken Unicron in Earth. And eventually the Autobots and the humans and everyone eventually get in together, end up destroying Quintessa and destroying her big, planet thingy, the spaceship, and fragments crash around on the Earth, and they start getting absorbed. I think, if I remember correctly, I don't know. People are going to have to correct me on this if I'm wrong. But I thought that the parts of the ship actually got crashed on Earth, and that's how people found out that was part of, like, the whole thing. The planet was actually Unicron. I can't really remember exactly, but the crux of the matter is Optimus Prime, Megatron worked together for once, and Autobots and Decepticons all together worked to help, and with the humans, to help destroy Quintessa, which is a great story-ish. Again, we still see the Transformers look, relatively human. I think we still had a lot of the Michael Bay isms with them looking like weird, the Transformers looking weird, but overall, it's not too bad of a movie. I kind of enjoyed it. It still felt like a Michael Bay Transformers movie, a lot of explosions and all that kind of stuff. But overall, it's a fun movie. It's worth looking at. So people go and have a look. It's definitely worth having a look at. I've watched it, like I said, at the theatre, and also bought the DVD. So it's definitely worth looking at. And if you ever buy the actual DVD, the DVD itself, that is quite awesome as well. You get a lot of bonus features and stuff like that. Oh, sadly to say, like I said, a lot of my DVDs are put in storage. Once I watch a DVD of a TV series or a movie, it gets put into storage. So it's going to be fun if I can ever try and find where I put Transformers the last night. But yeah, it's worth a watch. I might go and watch it again at some point. But I've got so many other DVDs to go and do reviews and look at myself. So many different TV shows and movies to go through. But yeah, this movie, I'd give it maybe a 5 out of 10. It's still not like all the Michael Bay movies. They're not 100%, cool. But in a way, this one still felt very grounded and stuff. So like I said, a 5 out of 10 for like the the Transformers, the story arc, and I think that's about it. It's not such a bad movie. Okay, people, well, I'll catch you all later. Bye.